Dioxins. This is a subject that I've studied for 23 years.
Questo è, la diossina è l'argomento che il dottor Connett ha studiato per 23 anni.
The first problem with dioxins is that they concentrate in the fat of animals, raising animals, cows, pigs, sheep, buffalo, goats, chickens.
Ha elencato tutti gli animali che quindi si va ad accumulare i grassi degli animali che noi mangiamo, quindi ha parlato del pollo, della mucca, dei vaccini.
21 years ago, my colleague and I published a paper which showed that 1 liter of cow's milk would give you the same amount of dioxin as you would get if you breathed the air next to the cow for 8 months. 8 months of breathing just from 1 liter of cow's milk. Now the next problem is that once the dioxin goes into our bodies, we can't get rid of it and it accumulates in our body fat. The man can't get rid of it, just can't get rid of it, but the woman can, by having a baby. So this is the most serious thing here. The woman accumulates the dioxin for 20 or 30 years in her fat, and then when she has the baby in 9 months, the dioxin is moving from her body fat to the fetus. And that's really serious. It's serious because dioxins interfere with hormones, and hormones regulate fetal development. Hormones regulate fetal development.
Gli ormoni regolano lo sviluppo dei feti, quindi si distruggono il sistema immunitario.
And dioxins interfere with male and female sex hormones and interfere with sexual development. Dioxins interfere with thyroid hormones, which interferes with mental development. The whole book has been written about this, Our Stolen Future, by Theo Coburn and workers, co-writers. And it's a very easy to read book.
Questo è tutto tratto da un libro, quindi un libro semplice da leggere e che è uscito. E ha lavorato con lei.
Okay, now if you ask most people what the worst toxic is, they'd probably say something that kills you or something that gives you cancer. But my view is the worst toxics, when you're exposing the whole population, are those which cause a subtle, very subtle shift in some human trait. Can you do that? Subtle shift.
Allora, se noi domandiamo a chiunque qual è il danno più grave si può procurare un uomo, ti direbbero subito un cancro, un tumore. Lui invece dice il danno più grave è quello che si può procurare un'intera popolazione, un po' di danno, ma un danno diciamo persistente nel tempo.
And I will illustrate this with IQ.
E lui lo illustrerà con il quoziente intellettivo.
Like every human trait, you have what we call a normal distribution or the bell-shaped curve.
Sì, come in ogni grafico c'è sta una cintura, un normale andamento.
So most people have an average IQ.
Molte persone hanno un quoziente intellettivo medio.
And we have a few geniuses out here.
E lì ci sono dei geni
Leonardo,
che è molto più alto il valore del quoziente.
And we have a few people who are mentally handicapped, Mr. Berlusconi,
Ci sono hanno problemi di discorso.
So, I'm going to shift the IQ, shift the IQ of the whole population over by 5 cinque points in IQ. Now here's the problem. You would not notice this shift. A parent would not notice the difference in 2 children, one with an IQ of 95, one with an IQ of 100, nor would a school teacher. And you wouldn't notice it walking down the street.
Se io faccio uno spostamento, uno slittamento appena di 5 punti, nessuno noterebbe la differenza tra un quoziente intellettivo di 100 di 95 in 2 bambini diversi, né un parente né un insegnante.
Now, we classify people over an IQ of 130 we call very bright. Over 130, very bright. And people less than 70 we call those mentally handicapped.
Sono quindi 70 e 130.
Now look at what happens here and here when we shift by 5 IQ. Ready? You halve the number of geniuses in your society, halve the very